Welcome everyone. Today we'll have a special gold selling and also gold buying guide. And in this video, what I want to show you guys is, yes, I am buying gold. And you might be wondering, why are you buying gold, man? Because not only I can do build testing and I can also be doing, trading, and I can make more profit with the gold. And by buying gold, it also helps players to sell gold. And you can see that you can make a lot of extra Exalt every half hour, every hour if you start to do this method. So both players who need the gold and players who have spare gold is selling rare items can profit massively using this method. And just to show you guys, there is a massive demand. I'm always buying gold. There's always players that is buying gold. So if you want to buy gold, this is perfect for you. You can get 1 to 2 million gold within 5 to 10 minutes. And if you're selling gold or selling rare items like this, well, players like me and also tons of players will be coming to buy gold. So you can be making 20, 30, or even 50 Exalt every hour. So let me show you guys exactly how this is done. And yes, guys, just come over to the game. I am currently sitting on 1.5 million gold, and I might even get more gold. And I'll show you guys why I'm getting gold as well. So in order to make things a little easier, I have prepared some detailed notes over here just to show you guys what is happening and how to buy and also sell gold. As we go through these notes, what you're going to see is how to trade and what are the ways to trade, how to avoid scammers, and how to buy and also sell gold and the reasons behind it. So coming over to our notes. The first thing is, if you have seen our previous video, I was talking about buying the keys in bulk for the trial keys. And in that video, make sure you read the notes. Sometimes after the videos, the trial keys will went from less than 1 Exalt to 2 Exalt. So it's actually cheaper to buy them on the trading side. So when I post video, guys, when the price changes, I'll always keep you guys updated if you read the updated pinned notes. So make sure you do that. So if you guys did not know, there is a discovery with the Path of Exile 1, now Path of Exile 2 mega Discord for players who come to do a lot of trading. And one thing you can notice is they sell a lot of service, trial carries, leveling, boss, and things to bulk buy. You can list the things you want to bulk buy. And one of the great tab over here I recently discovered is that not only you can buy maps, you can buy gold, tablets, anything you wanted, but buying gold is very popular among the Path of Exile 2 community. You can see players are listing for 16, 18, 20, and sometimes 25 Exalt for a full quad stash of gold. And you might be saying, what does that mean? So let me show you guys over here. You can buy quad stashes from the game developers, and this costs a little bit of money, yes. But if you don't have a quad stash, you can try to fill up 4 stashes of the normal stash, which means a quad stash, right? 4 times the 1, right? But there is a little difference because in the quad stash, you can list your price of items so you kind of don't undersell your items. So once players fill up this whole quad stash, they will come over to the trading side, they'll start listing the items and saying the item level of the maps they're farming. And they're saying how many stashes you had. You can see most of the quad stashes are selling for about 20 Exalt, but sometimes the level 80 plus are selling for 22 to 25 Exalt, depending on the demand and supply. So players are posting that they are selling items and rare items for gold. And players like me who needs the gold will come and also purchase gold from them, so I can be using the gold for exchange and also for build testing. So exactly how people sell it, I mentioned about getting 4 stashes or a quad stash and fill it up with rare or unique items. You can just do uniques. You can do just rares, but sometimes also people do rare and also uniques for a little more spiciness. And sometimes I like to buy those because I see the uniques, I can salvage them for chance shard, or sometimes uniques sell for a little higher. So how does this work is that players will play the maps, and the mapping usually take 30 to 60 minutes. Really depends on your build, guys, and how good your loot filter is and how many things you filter out. And depending on your clear speed and also magic fund, this will fill up 1 full quad stash of items, of rare items. It doesn't have to be fully filled up, but most of the time it's better it's fully filled up, and people like that because they get more value for the gold. So when you fill up this full tab, this means that when you sell the whole tab, you can sell it for 20, 40, if you fill up 2 tabs. Sometimes people sell it for 50 to 60 Exalt every hour simply because they're playing tier 80 plus map and they're selling it for a premium around 22, 25 or 30 Exalt per premium tab. And if you're a trusted seller, you can sell it for even higher, which I'll explain about this. Now there's a warning. If you do plan to sell your rare items for gold, it is recommended you dump the rare items or unique items in a trading premium stash to price check and also to check if they sell for 1 to 2 Exalt at least. And you leave there for at least 3 hours. After you dump those items here for at least 3 hours, if this one doesn't sell, then I'll actually be selling them in another stash. And then this allows me to know at least I'm not losing out on those items when they could have sold for 1 to 2 Exalt. So this way, once you know they are worthless, then you sell them in bulk. And this is the best way for you to make additional Exalt, 20 to 40 or even 60 Exalt if you're in the higher tier maps. And really depends on your magic find, guys. I have friends who fill up the entire stash in 20 minutes or 30 minutes. And I also have friends who are a little slower, who doesn't like to go back to town. Maybe they fill up the entire stash in 60 minutes. So those are estimated values, but you can get extra gold and extra Exalt if you know this method, which is amazing. Now, if you're selling for the premium stashes, always try to get your Exalt before or at the start of the trade to avoid people who scam you, who just doesn't pay you at the end. So when I trade with people, I always pay them on the first trade. So notice they give me all the items, I give them the gold. And here I was buying a premium stash for 22 Exalt. I'll explain why I pay a little extra for a trusted seller, because you want to avoid scammers, right? So briefly talk about why would people buy gold. Well, one of the first thing is atlas points and also skill points cost gold to refund. And they're not cheap. They're like 5,000 gold and sometimes you do a whole trade. And if you haven't seen our previous video, I do recommend coming over here to learn about the situation or not, which could affect your job rates for divines and also currencies. So this is why I perk out of the local knowledge whenever I don't play the grass or the swamps, but I perk over here. And I refund this to perk back when I play those maps. So make sure you watch that video, which will give some good insights, especially coming from Path of Exile 1 knowledge. So after refunding, some players like to gamble in the windows. Sometimes they buy items in the windows and they actually can get good rolls, and then they sell those items for 10, 20 or 30 Exalt. So this is potentially profitable. But of course, this is ING, right? So just be aware, guys. If you want to try it, you can try with some gold, but potentially ING. One of the major ways people like me also buys gold is for exchange. Because in the exchange, it costs you fees to list items. And if you're listing in bulk, this will cost a lot of gold. And I'll explain why I'm doing this as well. So because I can earn 2 to 3 Exalt for every 10,000 gold fees I'm spending. And I'm spending 1 Exalt per 10,000 gold. And then that means I'm making a profit. I go to the exchange, I exchange a lot, then I go and buy more gold, then I repeat this process. And while making videos, this is one of the best ways for me to earn passive income. And if you want to learn about exchange, I'll have the previous videos available for you guys to learn how to make Exalt on the exchange. And finally, there's a lot of ways people want gold and it seems to be helping them in the late game, and there's a high demand. So this is why you can see players are selling a lot, and you can see sometimes player will say, oh, it's sold. So notice here, this one sold, this one sold. So they're getting listed very quickly, they're getting sold very quickly, which is great. There's high supply, there's also high demand. Now, before you dive into buying or selling for gold, you need to learn how to avoid scammers or find safer traders. So this is actually a great tip from my friend CB, who has been playing Path of Exile 1 for a long time, so he knows the Discord. So if you come over to the trading channels, any trade channels, you can see there may be a flame next to people. And what you can see is sometimes there's nothing there, right? And sometimes there is a little icon with Exalted, sometimes there's an icon with new here. So what you're looking at is sometimes people will start linking and also start with I'm new here. And this means they are freshmen. They just come to the servers. They don't have that much experience or trading that is done on the server, and not many people has vouched for them for a successful trade. So those, and also without the green icons, those are the players you should be a little careful, and sometimes they will sell items for cheaper just because of that. Now at the same time, one of the highest ranking traders or people who can list items are the Ascendant service providers. So they have been on the Discord likely for a long time back in Path of Exile 1, and they don't seem to scam people. And this ranks from I'm new here to trusted to exalted and also to awakened. Hopefully I get this right. And this means the higher ranking they are, the bigger the flame they have, the more trusted service providers they are on the website or on the Discord. So you can feel safe by trading your currency first when you buy items from them. Now you might be saying, hey Matt, I don't care if I get scammed for 10 or 20 Exalt. But remember guys, this also helps you to learn buying services or carries, which sometimes they can sell for a few Exalt or even few Divine. So it's important for you to learn how to find trusted service or sellers providers. Now because, usually buyers always pay first, that's just the most important part. Now, on the other side, if you're new to this Discord and you want to be selling items, you're a new seller, likely you'll have an icon to say, I'm new here. And when that happens, you are competing with more trusted players who has been here for a while. So in order to help you to make the sales, and if you just price match them, sometimes people don't buy from you because you're not trusted and people have to pay you first, right? So I'll recommend lowering your price for 1 to 3 Exalt just to price match or even beat the price. So you can see some of the people are trying to do 20 and they're not selling, right? But some other people are doing for lower. So this way they kind of try to price match. And of course you can see how people are selling and sometimes the market will change. Yesterday I was buying those for 22 Exalt or 25 Exalt. And today they went lower a little bit. It really depends on the time of the day and also the demand and also supply at the time. And yes, as a new seller, you try to build up your reputation. Once you have a higher reputation, you can sell service and also items for even more expensive. Now, hopefully this video helped you guys to understand and also provide you with more service and also more useful tools for Path of Exile 2. And I'd like to thank for all our viewers and also supporters who has supported me through Patreon or through donations. And a big thank you for everyone that is over here. And I am really appreciating and also thankful for the support because this allows me to follow my passion and also to teach others and also discover things that everything related to Path of Exile 2. So as I discover more things, guys, I'll share with you guys, I'll make detailed notes, and I'll make sure every step of the way is covered, which I can think about. So if you like those videos, make sure you subscribe, and you don't have to support me financially, just leaving a nice comment and like will help me a lot in those videos. And thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you guys on the next guide. Now, before we finish, if you guys haven't subscribed, this is a really good time to do so because I'll be looking into the latest Path of Exile 2 news on different communities and also on the official forum, official webpage. I'll also be looking into the best build for each of the class as the meta develops with the Chinese and also the English community. So stay tuned for the latest update and also guides for Path of Exile 2. And of course, this is going to be a big month for us. And I'll try to bring you guys all of the latest content and also guides for Path of Exile 2 to come.